Moving on to the Paladino. First day of school. This card might just be really good. Like, this is... You can hit the 1-3. You can hit the Aldor... What's he called? The Aldor guy. Aldor Attendant? This guy. That's, like, so nutty. Like, this is so strong. Getting this off... Getting this? Are there any other Paladin 1-drops? 1 cost. Not called Aldor. Paladin... Brazen Zealot's not bad. Sungill is really good. Okay, there's like 3... There are a lot of like 1-drops that don't help you. But I think what Paladin lacks a lot is just, especially on like early curves, is just having a 1-drop and having early game. I know it doesn't have to be Paladin because it's random. But there are good Paladin ones you can get. Which also, you can get Tour Guide as well, nutty, because you get just a free 1-1. I think it's a 4 or 5. I know random isn't limited. Oh, you can hit anything? It doesn't have to be Paladin? Oh, wait, you can hit literally any 1-drop in the game? I'm a troll. So you can hit this card, Insane, Sigil on it. You get Battle Fiend, Acorns, Gibberling, my favorite card. Yeah, it's basically Firefly, right? Sharpshooter is really good. Wool Protector is a 2-2. And then there's all the neutral ones. You can hit a 1-3. Okay, this is very, very good. Yeah, there's a lot of good 1-drops. There's 1 mana 2-2s. It's a 1 mana 1-2 spell burst. It's a 5. It's 4. Like, Paladin still needs to be good for this to be good. Oh, you can use it just as a 0 mana spell as like spell burst. 0 cost cards with spell burst. Okay, that gets at 5. The actual effect itself is a 4. Just because Paladin still needs to be good for this to be good. But with this spell burst synergy, it becomes a 5. It's a 5. Cool. Judicious Junior. It's 6 mana 4/9 lifesteal. If I had Taunt, it would be nutty. It's still kind of annoying, but it's slow. It's a good conj, like really good if you conj into it or you evolve into it. It's just middle of the road, right? It has potential. It's probably 2, just because like it probably doesn't see play. Potential saying like if the synergy's there, it sees play. It doesn't really have enough of a. It really doesn't have enough of like an effect, if you get me, to the point where like it can synergize with anything or ever really see play in a deck. It just solid stats, pretty good in arena, does its job. Not a very interesting card to talk about, but like stats, good stats for cost, I guess. It's like a 2/6 with Apotheosis. I agree that it's like good. It's annoying, but do you have time as Paladin just to drop this down? You lose so much tempo. Like, I feel like your opponent's building a board. You play this, who cares if you heal 4 health? Like, they just kill you. I feel like it's too slow. Maybe you can like Libram it. If there was a way to give it taunt, if there was an Ironbark, I would play it if Ironbark was a, let's go with 2. But if Ironbark is a Paladin card, I guess you can give it +8/8 and the insta is if they don't trade. True. Oh, you have that +8/8 now. Is that here? This one. You have this. Let's give it 2. Let's give it 2. Maybe it's good. I just don't know if like the meta is slow enough. And if the meta is slow enough, then you don't need... Oh, Dual Paladin. Oh, you play dual. That's... Okay, that's an argument. Is this the point where we're all just looking for synergy, though? Or is the synergy... Like, I feel like we get to the point where you can justify almost any card just by, like, going with, like, random synergy with a deck that probably won't exist. So, like... Sure... But I'm going to stick with my guns and say, although it looks good and you could probably make it work, it's not going to define the meta or be in a tier 1 deck or a tier 2 deck. It probably just jumps in like as a 5th card. And yeah, Pure Paladin. You go Pure Paladin and you just chuck this in as like the 28th card or 29th or 30th card. Goody 2 Shields. This card I've seen really highly overrated. I still think it's good, don't get me wrong. But when I thought about this, I was like... See, first sense we got in chat is a 5. This card is nuts. I disagree. I think it's good. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's a 5. I think it's 3 is more realistic in my opinion, because think about it like this: like, as 3 mana 4/2 Divine Shield, it's a 1-up on a Scarlet Crusader, which is just power creep. They just kill this, and the spell burst is irrelevant. Let's say we take off the spell burst on this card. What do we rate it now? If the spell burst is removed, what do you take off? What do you rate it with the spell without the spell burst? Because I think way too often the spell burst doesn't get triggered. It also forces you, if it does trade, to play a spell on 4. And quite often you don't want to play... Like, it's a 1 probably without the spell burst, right? 3 without the spell burst. Still a 4. Interesting. Because I don't think Scarlet Crusader with +1/1 is a 4. Even, like, Divine Shield 3 drop. It's probably a 2 without the spell burst, right? And I feel like Paladins have any good 3 drops. Does it need them, though? Like, the game isn't Arena anymore. Back in, like, 2014, when you just play strong 1 drop, strong 2 drop, strong 3 drop, you win the game. Like, that was how it worked. Everything has rush now. Everything gets removed almost the turn it gets played. Like, I feel like the game isn't like that anymore, where you just play good 3 drop on 3, good 4 drop on 4. Cards into Blessing of Kings and the +8/8, but then you have to run Blessing of Kings in your Hearthstone deck. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to run Blessing of Kings, because it's a bad card most of the time, unless you're playing aggro. And, like, is this aggressive enough to play aggro? I don't know. Like, you're forced to play a spell on 4 instead of developing onto the board. Obviously, if you have the 0 mana spell, sure. But, like, if you don't have a 1 drop, you're forced to play the 0 mana spell on 1. How are you removing it with that Backstab Dagger? You just have minions on board. You just trade in it with minions. You Dagger, trade in with minions. You just Demon Hunter Hero Power, trade in with your weapon. Like, I don't think it loses to Demon Hunter way too hard. I think it's a 3. I don't think it's anywhere as good as people are rating it. But we'll see. You guys can laugh at me when I'm wrong again in a week and a half's time. Or not even that, like a week. Blessing of Authority seems really, really good. Literally, you just can't let any minion stick. I'm going to go with 4. I feel like, who cares about going face? It's Paladin. They aren't really that aggressive, I don't think. They haven't been given any, like, 1 mana 2/2s or face damage cards. Like, but it really helps with board control. It's a big threat. Beats Demon Hunter pretty well. Good with, like, Judicious Junior if you ever somehow are running that in your deck. Yeah, you get punished. It's like Apotheosis. Its existence is just the toxic part. The toxic part isn't the card itself. It's the fact that it exists, so then you have to clear minions. Apotheosis does the same thing. Apotheosis, most of the time your opponent doesn't have it in hand. But you have to clear their minions because you're scared of when they do have it. I think it has the Apotheosis effect. So, 4 out of 5. Yeah, maybe you play it as a 1 of an odd pally, and then you have a 9/9. It's just a lot of stats for cost as well. Like, who cares? It's 5 mana 8/8. Doesn't go face, or can't attack heroes this turn. You've got to remember that if you played a 5 mana 8/8 minion, it also couldn't attack face this turn. But this, like, it's essentially a minion, you just have to have 1 to start. Which is pretty easy to do, I think, with your hero power, especially, because you're a paladin. It's actually, the more I talk about it, the more I want to go 5. But I'm going to stick with 4. I'm gonna stick to my guns here. It's pretty good with, like, Divine Shield as well, obviously. But you don't need Divine Shield when you have 9+ health. Okay, let's go 5, move on. I'm just kidding. Argent Braggart. El Nuts. Like really nutty. Like insanely broke. Like almost the best card of the set. I'm gonna go with best card of the set. I don't think this card is good. How is this card ever bad? This is like, I just can't see this ever being bad. Your opponent doesn't have board. You just hero power. You don't play it. Your opponent has a 4/4 on board. It's a 2 mana 4/4 at worst. Like I just don't see this ever being bad. I can't see a situation in which this is bad, other than like if you're playing control, in which case you just don't run this. With Librams, you can make bigger minions. Yeah, also copy stats of your own minions. Exactly. So if you're ahead, it's good. If you're behind, it's good. Like, it's not good on 2 when you have initiative. On 2, you just hero power, though, if you don't want this. Like, you hero power, or you provide shotbot, or makes even paladin thing again. Wild, 5 stars. Did I put 1? I meant 5. This is a 5. This is just, like, I cannot... You could run it in Murloc Paladin. Like, it can be a 2 mana AA. Yeah, you beat Edwin, like... Dude, you buff minions with Blessing of Kings with the +8/8. Best card of the set so far. Of the review we've done so far, we've done Demon Hunter, Druid, Hunter, Mage. Even with Mozaki, I think this is the best card of the set so far. And you can run 2 of them. Like, it's not even legendary. You can run 2 of them. Way more consistent than Mozaki. Okay, let's move on. Turalion, the overrated. Wait, what? The overrated. Ah, he's overrated. Ah, this card isn't good. This card is way overrated. Like do you guys ever like go on Twitter when a new card got released, and all the comments are like, "This is broken. This card is too good. The game was better in 2017. Wow, I want Yetis back." This is the like this card was way. This card is garbage. It's like Battlefiend, but I think worse. Batterfiend, sorry. Is that his name? Batter F. I want no. Batter. Batterhead. This guy. Like, he's just better than Terralion. Like he's just better. That's all I gotta say. And he doesn't see play. Not even in Res Priest. So in Paladin, yeah, I think you're a no. You just cost too much mana. This guy's the better head. Like, if he had Wind Fury, he'd be okay. But Wind Fury is not Paladin class identity. So instead he gets like a really bad what's that guy called? The 6 mana 3/7? I'm trolling, by the way. This card was so good and I forgot what it was called. You know, it's just a bad version of that. The guy who made everyone's attack 3/3. That's so bad that I forgot that card as well. Tarim, yeah, of course. How do you forget Tarim? It's just a really, really bad Tarim. So yeah, we don't want bad Tarim in the game. First time Paladin gets single target removal, true. But you have a 2-mana 1/1, so. Okay, let's move on. We have Priest and Warlock dual class cards. First one, Raise Dead, deal 3 damage to your hero, return 2 friendly minions, died this game to your hand. Really, really good with Spell Burst. Like, I don't actually care about the effect of the card. I'm not even gonna read it. I don't really care what it does. It activates Spell Burst, which is really nice. 0 mana spells, activating Spell Burst. You don't care about the damage to your hero. You're a priest. You can heal. You're a warlock. You're a masochist. Like, it's fine. Return 2 friendly minions that died this game to your hand. It's good refill. It's kind of like Res Priest, but not as aids. So it's like Res Priest without the aids. So like I like it. On average, you can get trash minions, but it costs 0. So it's like, it's good value for 0. It's gonna be a 4. 4 is good. This is the most overrated card that I ever saw on Twitter, and it really annoyed me. Oh man, this annoyed me. This card was all over Twitter the day it was released, and everyone was like, the design is sick. Don't get me wrong, I love the design. If I can be a card designer, hats off to the card design team. I love it. It's not good. It's just not good. It's simply okay. Wild, sure, and even Lock and Wild, sure. In standard, garbage. Garbage. Card's absolute garbage. It's 6 mana 3/3. It's just catch Caladan. Exactly. It's basically Caladan but worse. Strong Runaway, pretty good. You have so much. So in Questlog, the list is really tight. So if I give you the current Questlog list, what would you cut to run this for a start? You have Morg. You have Morg like. You have like Morg Netherbreath. If you synergize, you have to run this card. This card probably doesn't see play in any decks. I don't think this card actually sees play. It goes to 3 just because it probably doesn't see play. You don't need the removal in Priest. Priest has way better removal than this. Priest has Death. Priest has Time Rip. Priest has way better removal than this. Like, it's bad. Honestly, this card is bad. Like, maybe you run it in Zoo. Zoo is the only reason I can see it. It's a 2-card combo that kills a minion. Like, I don't think the stats matter. This card's bad, chat. You're getting baited so hard. You're all getting baited so hard by this. In Priest, it sucks. It's so bad in Priest. Let's go through both classes. In Priest, it is most overrated card in the expansion, Frazzle Freshman. This is the most overrated card of the expansion. This guy's the most expansion. In Zoo, I can see it. Okay, in Zoo, I can see this seeing play. I'm gonna before this sees play in Zoo, it's kind of like Vile Fiend. In Zoo. In Zoo, this is kind of like the Vile Fiend that was in Rogue. Kind of like Vile Fiend in Rogue. In Zoo, sure. I can give you the 2 because it may be playable in Zoo. In Malilock, you have way better removal than this. In Vile Fiend's player, it's like that. It's like Caladan. You don't cut Caladan for this. You don't cut Morg Breath. There's no space in like Questlog for this. Also, when you complete quest, you don't even damage your hero. Maybe good with Soul Fragments because you can get the healing. To be honest, okay. Since Soul Fragments have been printed in Warlock, it might be playable in Warlock. It never gets played in Priest for a start. This never gets played in Priest ever. You can clip this. You can quote me. This should never get played in Priest. In Warlock, with Soul Fragments, with Damage Zoo, it may see play. I can actually see it with... So when I rated this really lowly when it first came out, it was before Soul Fragments came out. Soul Fragments, you draw Soul Fragment, you heal, you 4 mana remove. This is fair. You can Highlander Priest, why not? Because Highlander Priest isn't a good deck. Like, sure, like, that's like, I don't know, that's like saying this garbage card is good in... That's like saying one of the Beast cards is good in Beast Hunter. Like, sure, it's good in Beast Hunter, but Beast Hunter sucks. Like, that's the argument. It's probably a 3 because of Soul Fragments. I forgot about Soul Fragments before I went off on this, but it will not say playing Priest. It's overrated, though. It's a 3. So 4 goes... It's a 4. Goes straight into Zoo. Goes into damage yourself, Zoo. Will you damage yourself with like the 3 mana 3/4, and then maybe it's a 5. It's between a 4 and a 5. I would jump between these. It's a 4.5. You play this in like, I don't know if you play in Questlock. Like, yeah, you probably play in Questlock over like a Bessel Summoner actually. Temple Soul Fragment Warlock will probably run these. You never play this in Priest again. I don't think you play this in Priest again. I have 3. Yeah, it's meant to be 5. You never play this in Priest once more, but pretty good in Warlock in both kinds. I think it's a 5. It's a really strong minion. Cause like you probably get this down on turn 5 on average, turn 4. It really depends what you tap and how much you draw, but turn 5 or turn 4 is like where you're gonna get this down on average. And yeah, I think it's a pretty strong card. I'm not gonna disagree about this one. You guys, this is the good Joe class minion. This is the bad one. Mark my words. This is also the good one. You play this in Wisp Zoo. You play this. You play Wisps. Wisps OP. You might actually play Wisps, but probably not. More likely, you're just playing lackeys and 1/1s, and again, don't think you play in Priest unless Temple Priest becomes a thing. I don't think Temple Priest is gonna become a thing. All of these Joe class cards are heavily Warlock favored. Every single one of them. Except maybe like this one. This one's like maybe gives you like Res Priest vibes, but trash Res Priest vibes. Every single one of these here is Warlock favored. Why play West? You can play the 0 mana 1/1 demon. Play around pre-nerf sack pack, nerd. Nah, yeah, either 0 mana 1/1. Gambling just needs the stat nerf if I was gonna nerf gambling, but we will see. I don't like calling nerfs early. Like maybe there's just no synergy here, but gambling seems pretty good. Summon a 4/4 Ox. Lol. I failed. Let's go. If you've made it to the end of the video, this is the outro that's gonna be on every single card review that I do. I guess forever. Just reuse this on every video. If you're new, please drop a like, subscribe, check out my stream out at twitch.tv/liquidox with like a couple of underscores or some whatever. Oh, this is great. And yeah, turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified when I go live. Will it be next week? When I go live, when I post a video, will it be next week? Will it be next month? Will it be tomorrow? Who knows? You'll know if you have the bell on. So yeah, have a good day. Stay hydrated. Go outside a bit. Peace.